Hey, Morningstar. Last week, a group of high-level pastors and bishops in the United Methodist Church released what they're calling a protocol for the reconciliation and grace through separation, which I've shared a link below that you can click on and read in full. In a nutshell, it calls for a peaceful division of the United Methodist Church. You see, for the past 40 years, the United Methodist Church has debated this issue of human sexuality. While we all believe that every person is made in the image of God, has sacred worth, is welcome to attend, participate, and belong to the local church, we disagree over issues of human sexuality, in particular, whether to change the long-standing rules of the denomination so that clergy can marry same-sex couples and so that self-avowed practicing homosexuals can be ordained as clergy. Now, this debate reached a tipping point about 4 years ago, what's called our General Conference, the global gathering of representatives from every geographical area in the United Methodist Church around the world. The General Conference was unable to reach a decision, as they have been for decades, so they called for a special session of General Conference to once and for all deal with this issue, solely with this issue. And that special session was held right here in St. Louis last February. The outcome of the special session was to continue, the session voted to continue to uphold the long-standing traditional understanding of human sexuality. But since then, liberal clergy have openly defied our denomination's rules and have basically gone rogue. Entire conferences, mostly out west, entire conferences of the church have openly stated they will be non-compliant to the General Conference decision. What's more, they vowed to stay in the church indefinitely and continue to resist until change happens, all of which has created turmoil for those clergy who hold a biblically orthodox understanding of human sexuality, marriage, and ordination. Now, if you've been here at Morningstar Church, I hope that none of this is taking you by surprise. I hope you remember that I sent a couple letters to the entire church family last year explaining all of this. I sent one letter prior to special session, another letter following session giving an update. What's more, I gave an update at our Congregational Vision Night this past November. My commitment to you at each point was twofold: to not let any of this denominational stuff distract us from the vision that God has entrusted to us here at Morningstar Church, but to continue to do ministry as we have for the past 20 years. Just get up every day, business as usual, bringing people to the well, be refreshed, restored, resourced to reach one more for Jesus. And second of all, to keep you updated as to what is happening. So here's what you really need to know based on this protocol that was released. Just another plan, but one that seems to be getting more traction than any plan put forth to date. So nothing can happen or be settled until General Conference meets again this May in Minneapolis. Now, many believe this protocol represents our best opportunity to resolve this issue, and good chance that it will be passed. Second of all, our annual conference, which is comprised of pastors and laypersons from every Methodist church in Missouri, will then meet in June, just a few weeks later, as we always do in June in Springfield. And we're going to decide how we're going to respond to whatever General Conference decides. Now, following annual conference, each local church, Morningstar, will have to make a decision about how they want to proceed. As for us here at Morningstar, we've anticipated this. We've been proactive. We've assigned this task to our staff relations team, and we've been meeting. We've already met a couple times and scheduled to meet regularly, monthly, to keep abreast of the situation and put together a plan on how we're going to proceed. Ultimately, the staff relations team is going to make a recommendation to our administrative board, who will then make a recommendation to our entire church. My commitment to you remains the same: to continue to focus on the vision God has for us here at this church. Regardless of what happens at either General Conference or Annual Conference, we will continue to do ministry as we have for the past 20 years. We will continue to affirm the sacred worth of every person. We will continue to have open doors to everyone, and to also uphold the biblically orthodox view of Scripture regarding human sexuality and every other issue. There are literally thousands of people in our own backyard who have yet to know the love of God made known through Jesus Christ. We have the mandate to equip our own membership, our own people, to grow in our love for God and continue to reach the one that God has assigned to us. That will be our focus, the focus of our time and our energy and our prayers. Second of all, my commitment is to just keep you informed, just as I'm doing today, as things develop. Hey, I know this has been a long video. I thank you for watching. Seriously, I do. While this may seem disconcerting, remember this. God is still on his throne. I'm not anxious about this, and I know God isn't anxious about this. None of this threatens God or his kingdom. He's seen churches, seen entire denominations come and go. Even the United Methodist Church has been through 4 iterations of what it means to be a denomination in our 200-year history. And through it all, the gospel continues to be lifted up and shared, and lives are changed for eternity. So listen, just take a deep breath, take heart, have faith. Have faith in God. This is his church. Morning Star is his church. He loves us more than we do, and his purposes will prevail. Let's lean in. Together, let's lean in during this season with our prayers, our presence, our gifts, our service, and our witness. Let's show our community, our people in our own community, the tangible love of God. Let's be the real church, the hands and feet of Jesus to our friends and neighbors. Let's do that, and I know that God will bless it. Hey, have a great rest of the weekend, and I'll see you in worship. Thanks for listening.